Remarkables, thank you so much for being here another week. Whoop. And we are going to be finishing our series on how to become an expert in your industry, how to write a press release, what you should do before you send that press release, all of those things. So in this last video, I have 5 simple tips for you. But first, I do want to welcome anyone that's new to the Social Life, which is a mindset, a lifestyle, and a mission to help purpose-driven entrepreneurs unleash their something amazing and lead a remarkable life and business. Thank you guys so much for being here and spending your time with me right now. So let's jump right into that and get you started. We're going to start with Haro because a lot of you may already know about what this is. This is a platform where journalists can reach out to the public instead of you reaching out to the journalists, which means that you can look through things, all these emails that will come your way, and I will leave the sign up link down below for you. But what you want to focus on is answering a query. Okay, so what that means is you want to answer the query. You want to make sure that you answer the question that they're asking you. This is not a time to toot your own horn. This is really just to think of it as giving a quote specifically from your expertise to a journalist that they're going to add into their own article that they're already creating. They just might need someone, from a different position or a different place, a different industry, or some sort of expert on a specific topic or whatever. You don't know what that is yet, but whatever that question is, you want to make sure that you answer it to the best of your ability, and you want to make sure you answer it as soon as possible. And those are some of my best tips to give you on Haro. So that means help a reporter out, and that is the name of this platform. And it started in 2008 by Peter Shankman. It really just started as like an email list that he kind of started, and it grew and grew and grew, and then it became this actual platform. So now all you have to do is go and sign up and put in your information, and then people will send out, journalists specifically, which is who we've been talking about. They're going to send you information based on what you put out there. And if they see you as an expert, which the only way they'll know if you're an expert is if you leave your credentials within the email. So a lot of times, this is why in my last video I talked to you about having a media page where you create a page specifically for sending people that are with the media. So you want to make sure you know the code, or not the code, you want to make sure you know the URL to that page, because sometimes they can take links, sometimes they cannot. So you want to make sure that you can add that in with the / whatever the name of that link is. So if it's like ashleytate.com/media page, and maybe only you send that out to journalists, but it's not something that's on your page all the time. But when they get there, they can see all of your credentials, they can see everything that you do, and have photos if they want a photo of you to add into their article, anything that they might need. If you've written a book, you would have your book on there. If you're an author, you would have the other books that you've written. All of those types of things would be on there. So, and even links out to your organization, if you have an organization or a business, whatever those things are, all of those would be on your media page. And I think I'll do a video, and especially you guys that are in the academy, you will be getting that masterclass on how to create a media page and basically set yourself up for public relations. So I use Twitter, not because I'm the best at tweeting or anything like that, but I use Twitter as kind of a listening platform. It's a way to get your news. It's a way to stay on top of things. It's a way to really kind of know what's going on in the world and really keep a pulse on what's going on. And you can quickly read what reactions are and kind of what people are thinking about specific topics. So another good use of Twitter, which I mentioned in my last video, is that this is a good way to connect with journalists. So just because you might not get public relations on the first, or your press release may not get picked up on the very first try, that doesn't mean anything. You want to make sure that you actually keep these names and create a list of them so that you actually can go back and use them eventually, or keep track of what they like to write about, or if you want to send them something or tweet them something or like their article and just support what they do until it's your turn and your time. You're developing a relationship the entire time. So you want to make sure that you focus on doing that as well. Now, what I started to talk about in this tip is Twitter chats. Now, Twitter chats are something that I think is a really cool phenomenon. But basically, you can find a Twitter chat and you can just pop in and give your opinion on whatever that is. And the other people who are on that Twitter chat can also see your opinions and your views, and really kind of starts to help you look like an expert. It also helps you connect with other people in that industry and create some sort of rapport, so that later on, if you're ever doing a podcast or you're ever doing anything where you might need some experts from your industry, or you want to interview people from your industry, or people who talk about some of the similar topics that you talk about, a Twitter chat is a great way to start. Another place you might want to consider to help your expert status would be somewhere like Facebook or Quora. So Facebook groups are a great place to answer questions and get in there and really help add value to what other people are talking about and give your perspective from your expertise and really show some leadership in some of those groups. Now, I would not go in there and start asking people to follow you. I would not go in there sharing a bunch of posts that you've created. That can be seen as spammy, and that's not what you're looking to do. You really are looking to just build up that expertise, build up that expert status, and really look like a thought leader in your industry. And so you're just going in, answering questions on things that you do know about. And if someone is asking for help specifically, and the moderator hasn't already, helped that person or whatever, or it's a type of group where you can go in and help others, you can give them information or direct them to a video that answers that specific question, or an article that you've written, or a book that you have, or whatever that answers that specific question. But tread lightly on that. Make sure you understand the rules of the group. Make sure you understand how that might come off to someone else who's building their business and has spent time building these groups. Your goal is really just to provide value, not to take customers or anything like that. You just want to provide value, because people on their own will say, I really liked what that person had to say. I want to go follow them, or I want to find out more about who they are. And that's what you're looking to do. So use your Facebook groups, use Quora. Those are great places to answer questions and to really get feedback on what people are looking for in your industry, that you can answer as an expert. My fourth tip is to use your own group and your own audience to ask about misconceptions or myths or struggles that they're working through, so that you can go and answer those questions via your blog or whatever platform you have. If it's video, if it's blogs, whatever that space is, and to really get an idea of what your audience is struggling with, to help create that expert status within your own microcosm of your platform. So you want to make sure that you're always kind of answering the question from your perspective and giving people your advice based on your expertise, and that's what they're really looking for. Tip number 5 is to answer questions on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a great place to set yourself up as an expert in your industry, because really LinkedIn is focused on industry topics, right? Industry related topics, people who are looking for jobs in the industry, people who are putting out education about different things, articles, all those things are happening on LinkedIn. It's not as much of like a frilly kind of lifestyle focused platform like maybe Facebook or Instagram would be. So if you're trying to go more of a business route and you really want to be seen as an expert, that's a great place to put your videos, a great place to put your blogs, a great place to answer questions, and to really connect with people. Also another great place to connect with journalists. Those are my 5 tips that I really want you guys to take home. My last tip is to set up your Google Alerts on your business, your name and your business, and then also you want to set up any Google Alerts on things that you might be interested in for topics in your industry that you might be able to talk about. And the reason I say that is because in my last video I talked all about taking stats and quotes and the idea of newsjacking, and really understanding why your press release, when you decide to write one, why it's relevant, is being able to be notified when just articles are written either by journalists that you're following, because you can write up Google Alerts. You can set up Google Alerts for the journalists that you're actually following. Like say there's a journalist that writes on something you would love to be written about, but you want to make sure that you build that relationship with them first. Google Alerts is a great place to actually set up those things for that journalist, so that every time they have an article, you're on there, you're commenting, you're making a note to share it, or you're talking about it, or whatever the case, adding your 2 cents. And that also helps you to be seen as an expert to that journalist and also to your audience. That's it for this week's tips. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly hope this video helped you. And if you have tried any of these before and received coverage from it, or you're going to try a couple of these tips, please leave your comments down below, or you can reach us at the blog and leave your comments there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week.